Welcome to r/relationship advice. Here are 3 stories involving love gone wrong. If you like this content, hit like and subscribe. Thank you. Let's get into it. Story number 1. Ex released a video of us having sex and a BJ we made while we were together on an adult website rhyming with Pornhub without my consent after we broke up. So, the title basically explains it. When we were together, we agreed to make a video together because it kind of turned me on and I wanted to have it for when I missed him. After we broke up, I asked him to delete my nudes and the videos, and he said he did. 2 months later, someone messaged me saying they found me on an adult website rhyming with Pornhub, and it is my videos. I know it's his account, based on the username and profile photo, and how he acted afterwards tells me he definitely did it. Wondering how people in this situation have dealt with it. Has the video affected you in your life at all? Just want some advice. Thanks in advance. Also want to add that when I found out I panicked and called him, so he knows that I found out about the videos and has deleted the videos and possibly his account. I have screenshots of the video up plus his account. Don't know what I can sue him for and stuff. Any advice is really appreciated. Update. My ex-boyfriend uploaded videos of me to an adult website rhyming with Pornhub without my consent, and I found out 2 months later. Hi everyone. It's been quite a while since my post that kind of blew up, which I was surprised but super thankful for. I don't know how to add links to the previous post, but if you look at my profile, you'll be able to see the previous one. If you don't want to read all of that, the most you need to know is that my ex put videos of me on an adult website rhyming with Pornhub without my consent after we broke up, and I found out 2 months later. Some good stuff has happened, and I was so thankful for all the comments that I wanted to update in case anyone really wanted to know. So, before I called the police, I gathered all evidence I could. I was too scared to even open the videos, that I don't have a screen recording of them up, just a screenshot of the title and thumbnail of the videos plus his account name. As soon as I saw the account name I knew it was him. I'm out text conversations I was able to find some stuff that would point back to the fact that it was probably him. I have text evidence of him saying the video was just for us and him saying he already deleted the videos after we broke up. When I called the police, after recording a statement, they assigned a detective to my case, who was really nice, and told me I had a good chance of things. Because he has no previous record, he probably won't end up in jail, which I'm fine with. As much as I completely despise him now, I would have always felt guilty if I sent him to jail. Things have been moving pretty smoothly since then. He has his first court hearing in a couple of weeks, and I'll see more about what direction the case is going in after that. For now, I just wanted to let everyone know that on that side of everything, it all went super smoothly. There's no saying what's going to happen in the future, but for now everything is good. In terms of my mental health, it was really shite when I found out, and after that, I was having a difficult time getting over it and realizing that he didn't care for me to do something like that, and that was hard. Because even after we broke up, I still held him in a good light. Not always, but there were a lot of times where I missed him and considered getting back together. But I'm so much better now. I started seeing someone else who has been really good to me and supportive. I'm doing a lot better. Thank you to everyone who messaged me directly for support and sending me information and links. You guys are truly amazing freaking people. To take time out of your day to send that just like that, it meant so much, so thank you. Story number 2. Friend who was assaulted by my dad died. I'm 28 male, sad I can't go to her funeral. We were friends since elementary school. Our first day of 2nd grade. We bonded instantly because we had the same Pokemon backpack. Classmates used to tease us and call us boyfriend-girlfriend, but she was always like the sister I never had. She was my best friend, and I really thought she was always going to be in my life. But then we got older and it happened. My sick piece of shite dad got locked up, and she was dealing with so much she didn't want to see me anymore. Couldn't imagine the pain she went through, and it made me sick to think it was someone so close to me who did this to her. Her family and everyone else hated us after that because of what he did. We ended up having to move my senior year of high school because it got pretty bad. and people weren't leaving our family alone. I never got to tell her I was sorry for what he did and for not knowing he hurt her. I spent years after that wondering if she hated me, if she got help to deal with the trauma, and was having a better life now after everything. A couple years ago, I found her Facebook and was tempted to message her, but I knew she probably didn't want to hear from me. Nobody should have to have any reminders in their life of what happened to them, and I knew that's what I would be to her. Couldn't help it though. I kept tabs on her every now and then. Just wanted to make sure she was able to move on and was living a happy life. That she at least was able to find her own way to keep living, because she deserved it. And seems like she did. Got married and graduated. But I learned last week she passed away and I'm crushed. I ended up leaving work early because I just wasn't feeling good. We haven't been in each other's lives in almost 11 years, but I still feel that loss, and it hurts so bad. I guess just knowing that I'll never get to see her again, or have that chance to apologize. My heart feels too heavy. What hurts is that I know I won't be welcome at the funeral. I mean, her family shouldn't have to deal with old wounds while they're trying to grieve, so I get it. But still, it hurts. Update. So, things haven't been good at all. Thinking more about my friend's passing is bringing up a lot of old painful stuff. And I needed to take more time off work because it's like the ability to function properly shut off. I'm having days where there's this ache in my chest and I can't stop crying until I'm basically breathless. Or sometimes I feel completely numb. Eating right now is the hardest thing. I don't have the stomach for it honestly. I've tried different foods. Even something simply like fruits and crackers, but they all make me sick. A few days after my post, I sort of went on a drinking binge several nights in a row. Thinking about everything and hating the world and myself. Well, my mind didn't go to a healthy place and almost did something I shouldn't. That was basically where therapy started ringing in my mind. I know some of you kept saying I needed to get into that, and you're right, I do need it. Didn't really hit me until that night. I have tried to cut back on the drinking for now, and trying to see what kind of help I could get. Never done therapy before, so it makes me really nervous to think about actually doing sessions and getting very personal with a stranger face to face, unlike the internet, where nobody knows who I am or what I look like. The funeral was almost a week ago. Still sad I couldn't go, but it was for the best. I really hope it's brought her family some peace, and I hope she is at peace too. I've been going through some old photos and it hurts more than it makes me smile. Thinking back to all those times growing up. I'm not ready to visit her grave yet. A part of me feels like I'd be intruding on her space, especially since she can't say something now because she's not here. So, it still feels wrong in a way. But I followed what some of you suggested. Did my own little thing at home. Bought some candles, got an old photo of her framed, and set it on a table like an altar. I wrote a letter and put a deck of Pokemon cards near her photo, thanks to the commenter who suggested that, along with some other stuff she liked. It's not much, but at least I feel that I did something of my own. I did make a donation to the RAIN organization. Decided not to include her name, because like I said, I don't want to disturb her family in any way, and it was going to ask for her information. But it still felt good giving something that can help other survivors. It really helped, so thank you again. A lot of you were so wonderful with your advice and support. I've gone back to read some of your comments when I feel like I'm losing myself, just to bring a smile to my face. It has really meant a lot. Thanks a million. I just read it comment. That's such a sad story. It's hard to imagine that kind of pain. Everyone has to go through grief in their life, and it's never easy. I just hope the OP can find some peace someday. As for his father, I hope that guy stays in prison for the rest of his life. He didn't just ruin the young girl's life, he also hurt his son immensely. And both families. The son and the family were innocent in the whole thing, but they are paying the price for being related to the father. Horrible situation for them. It sounds like the OP is getting the help he needs through therapy. Things will eventually get better, and I wish all the best for him. Story number 3. Boyfriend caught sexually video chatting other guys. My boyfriend and I are in our 20s, in a long distance relationship, and have been together for over 3 years. We're in a committed relationship and plan on getting married and having kids eventually. We've always had issues surrounding cheating, since both of us have been cheated on in relationships. Ever since that happened to me, I've decided that sex is something intimate between two people, and I felt uncomfortable even watching adult videos anymore. We used to watch it together, but it made me uncomfortable, so I stopped watching, and my boyfriend stopped too. We had an agreement that we weren't going to do that anymore. It's not something we forced on each other, we simply agreed. We stopped for about 2 years. Sometimes I'd ask him, hey, did you watch any adult videos recently? Just to kind of test him, and he'd always say no, that he doesn't look at other girls like that, he just thinks of me when he's jerking off. This was a massive lie. We've been getting into massive fights recently. I didn't have a huge reason to distrust him, but for whatever reason one night, I snooped through his phone. Have not done this since I had really bad trust issues at the beginning of our relationship, and I went on his app store history to find that he had downloaded several apps intended to sexually video chat with other people like Coco and Sex Actions. I got so freaking heated. I immediately went and confronted him about cheating, and he denied it. After I told him exactly what I found, he said, "Oh, I didn't know you considered that cheating, playing dumb." I kept pushing for more information. He got pissed and tried to gaslight me. He brought up guys I hooked up with years ago, before I even met him. At first, he said he just downloaded the apps, just to see what they were. After screaming at him for a couple minutes, he admitted to using them to have gay video chats with other guys. He had mentioned for a while that he was fantasizing about me having sex with other men while he watches. When he had these fantasies, while we were being intimate, he'd ask me to talk about how hot the guy is, how turned on I was by his prick, etc. But after trying this a few times, I told my boyfriend I felt uncomfortable doing this, and that I'm loyal to him, and fantasizing about other guys doesn't feel right to me. He respected that, or so I thought, and he said he wouldn't bring it up again, or fantasize about this. Now I find all these freaking apps on his phone. He also admitted to going on gay websites anonymously to jerk off to other pricks. He said he'd skip it every time a girl showed up. And he made sure to tell me that, because he knows I'd break up with him if it was a girl, but with a guy, maybe I'd be more lenient, since I know he's straight. I feel freaking betrayed, and lied to, that he went on these apps, and was jerking off to other guys, and maybe girls, behind my back. He's straight, but he says that he's been uncontrollably turned on by the thought of other guys. I really wonder if he just said that to cover up live video chatting girls, because he knows that other guys would make me less mad, but still livid. I know this is going to sound psycho, but I was panicking, so I went through his YouTube history and found several videos of girls with their chest out that he binge watched. When I confronted him about that, he said he was just watching her because she was weird, and he binged it because he might have fallen asleep to it. I don't know if I can buy all of this. This feels like cheating to me. I know some of you guys are totally fine with watching adult videos, and I think that's fine if you talk about it with your partner and are honest with them, but he lied to me for freaking years. I had to fantasize about him, and only him, for years, while he was out here watching other guys' pricks and doing God knows freaking what. After finding this out the next day, I packed up my bags to leave for good, but in the end, I couldn't do it. We have a dog together. We have a future we were supposed to have together. How am I supposed to leave that all behind? 3 years of a relationship is a long time. He's been my best friend and rock through everything. My perception of him has completely changed. I guess my question is, do you guys think he's lying about being turned on by other guys, and that it's a cover up for cheating on me with other girls? Is sexual video chatting with strangers something you would ever be okay with your significant other doing, even if they are straight, and doing it with the opposite gender? How about if they hid that from you for years, and one day you find it on their phone? He swore on the holy book that he has never cheated on me, that he loves me, that these were just fantasies, and like adult videos, and that they don't mean anything, but I don't know what to believe anymore. Help. Here's the first comment. If he is on gay sites, he probably isn't lying about the girls. He is probably not straight. His sexual identity aside, he is lying, and I'd consider what he did cheating. Dump him. If, with your next boyfriend, you two decide no adult videos, don't test him like that. That would really get under my skin. Obviously, this time you had good reason to not trust, but if a guy isn't doing something wrong, they might get offended you keep testing them. Here's the next comment. If your boyfriend is jerking it to male wankers, he's either gay, bi, or a slew of other sexualities. It's just kind of how it works. Either way, he's obviously not respecting you and is going behind your back to do crap. Can't imagine what else he'd hide. Red flags all around. Either dump him or tell him he needs to seriously fix his crap, because none of these things are okay to do. Here's the next comment. Your boyfriend is not straight lol. He's probably bi. I don't get it. Why is loyalty considered such a big deal? How difficult is it to not cheat? Loyalty should be basic. I understand people have the temptation to have sex with other people too, but really, can't you control yourself even a little bit? I mean, you have a person, your partner, you can have sex with when you feel the need to. What's with the needing someone else? I don't get it. And OP, you checking his phone was a major crossing of his boundaries. I'm not justifying his actions, but your relationship seems like a disaster. If in the beginning, you had bad trust issues and you checked his phone, you realize how bad the foundation of your relationship is. He's definitely lying to you. What do you mean I binge watched because she was weird and might have fallen asleep to it? That's a load of bullcrap. Here's the next comment. Long distance relationship in which neither of you is allowed to watch adult videos. Inability to accept significant other finding anybody other than yourself attractive. Testing your significant other for loyalty and shameless phone snooping. Lol. This should end well. Here's the next comment. He has admitted to jerking off to other guys' wankers. He likes guys. He's a gay man. You're a cover girlfriend, and he is making attempts to be sexually satisfied because you don't do it for him. That isn't your fault, and he can't have his cake and eat it too. Ask him the real question. How long has he known he was gay? How long has he had to cover that up? Hun, you both don't have to break up angrily. It seems like he really cares about you and about his image as well, or he wouldn't maintain your relationship. You guys can't get through this. Sexuality isn't a choice. It's a naturally occurring thing that you can't control. That means the only fixable thing is how he sees himself and how he chooses to act on it in the future. I'd say you could fix your relationship, but not after years of lying. That's goddamn ridiculous. Let him know he isn't allowed to use you anymore, but that he shouldn't hate himself and lie about who he is to people. Sexuality can be a scary and painful thing to come to terms with, and that's why he's hiding, gaslighting, and lying. Have a little compassion, even though he has hurt you, but don't allow yourself to be manipulated either. Adult videos aren't cheating, but calling a guy or girl somewhere and jerking off to them is cheating, wrong, and just plain disrespectful. You need to figure out getting away from him and setting big boundaries. He has lied to you a lot and deserves to see repercussions for acting like that. Ask yourself if you care enough to help him through this, and if you want to spend your life snooping in his phone for the rest of your life. Integrity is valuable when choosing a partner. Thanks for listening.